Today's practice is designed to, as all of our practices are, calm down your nervous system, help you go from that bzzz to a softer, quieter, calmer place. And one of the ways of doing that is to find a balance between the yin and yang energy in your body. So we'll get right into it with alternate nostril breathing, designed to balance the right and the left side of your mind and your body. Sit yourself up nice and tall and take your peace and love fingers, place them right between your eyebrows. Slide your thumb up along one nostril, and then your ring finger and your pinky finger slide against the opposite nostril. Your spine is nice and long. And when you get there, just go ahead and take a long, deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth wide and exhale. Do that 2 more times, just holding this hand position. Inhale through your nose. Exhale. You'll notice if you need to go and blow your nose really quick before we start. Last time, take a big breath in. And exhale. Now with your spine long, can you plug your right nostril? So squish your right nostril down. Inhale through the left nostril. Now go ahead and plug both nostrils. Exhale through your right nostril. Go back this time. Inhale through your right nostril. Plug your nose, hold your breath. Exhale through your left nostril. Inhale through your left nostril. Hold your breath. Exhale through your right nostril. Inhale right. Hold your breath. Exhale left. Inhale left. Hold your breath. Exhale right. Take both hands down onto your thighs. Close your eyes. Breathe in and out through your nose 5 times. Go ahead, take your hand right back to your face, bring your peace fingers between your eyebrows, your thumb comes onto your right nostril, and your ring finger and pinky finger slide towards your left nostril. We'll do the same thing, but adding on. Now this time, plug your right nostril, inhale through your left nostril, plug both nostrils, hold your breath. Exhale through your right nostril, plug both nostrils, hold your breath. Inhale left, hold your breath. Exhale right, hold your breath. Inhale left, hold your breath. Exhale right, hold your breath. Inhale left, yin feminine energy, hold your breath. Exhale right, yang masculine energy. Hold your breath. Inhale left, last time. Pause, hold your breath. Exhale right. Pause and hold your breath. And slide both hands down to your thighs. Close your eyes. Inhale through both nostrils. Open your mouth wide and exhale. Sit in the residue of that. And notice how just a few moments of controlled, conscious, mindful breathing can either energize you, maybe deplete you, hopefully ground you. Take your hands to your heart center. Set the intention to ground. This is our theme. This is our intent, our purpose today. Set the intention to ground, to find the connection to the earth. Inhale through your nose and exhale out through your mouth. Good. Blink, open your eyes. We will start with yin this week. So often in yin yang, people start with yang because it feels intuitively better. But from an anatomical perspective, it actually makes more sense to begin with yin when your muscles are cool. So staying elevated on your prop, bring the soles of your feet together. Bring the soles of your feet together and set them a comfortable distance away from your pelvis. So you can feel sensation or stress along your inner groin tissues. And there's not so much compression between your frontal hip bones and your thighs so that you're able to fold forward. You're able to fold forward and linger in this place with or without props. That gives you about 60% of your body's range of motion. This is butterfly pose. And the point is to find tension along your inner groin and along either side of your spine and to hold that shape. We'll hold just for 2.5 minutes here. So come into your butterfly shape, find a comfortable resting place for your hands. Take a big breath in when you get there. And exhale, let your whole body fall down towards the ground. Close your eyes and right away start to think about the last time you had bare feet in the earth, maybe in the dirt in your garden, in the sand. Maybe it was jumping into a cold lake. Think about the last time you had your bare skin, your bare feet embedded, planted like roots of a tree in the ground. And imagine that sensation occupying the surface of your feet, the skin of your feet, the space between each of your toes. Feel and imagine and transport yourself to that place, that experience, that sensation. Continually softening in that mindful exercise for 1.5 more minutes. Notice if your mind has wandered away from our meditation and come back. Remember that sensation of your bare feet penetrating the earth's surface, penetrating the dirt, the water. Notice how it feels, how it felt. Can you take that memory and make it real as you go through 3 more breaths in butterfly pose? Slowly weave your body up. So you're moving your body from side to side, shifting your spine, your head, and your neck like seaweed, just weaving and waving its way along and around the ocean. Eventually, you'll land at the top of your mat. And when you get there, just lean over onto your right hip. You can remove your prop behind you now. Lean over onto your right hip and set your legs up for deer pose. So your left leg, your left shin is parallel towards the top of your mat, and your right thigh runs parallel towards that left shin. The target stretch here is your inner right thigh or your inner left thigh and your outer right hip. Now you'll start to descend, so start to come forward. Come forward and find an arrangement for your arms that enables you to experience that tension along your outer hip in a way that feels good, strong. You feel the stress of the tissues and there's no pain. When you get there, you might use props to preserve your shape, or you can just hang in space if that feels okay. And again, just 2.5 minutes here. So you're in deer pose, surrendering your body weight down, maybe onto the floor or props. Soften your jaw and your hips and take a great big breath in. Good. As you exhale, I want you to try to remember the last time your whole body made contact with the earth. So maybe you were lying in a park today when the sun beat down on us. Maybe it was jumping into a lake and having the water seep over your entire body, or sitting under a waterfall. Can you remember and remind yourself of the way it felt the last time your whole body made contact with nature, with the earth? And as you close your eyes and sink deeper and deeper into your shape, can you transport yourself back to that experience of extreme connectedness, extreme groundedness with Mother Nature? Linger there. Good. Take a deep, deep breath in through your nose. Take 3 more deep breaths in through your nose. And every breath in, you're going back. You're transporting yourself back to that experience of connecting, grounding. Every breath out, you do it. You physically drop your body closer and closer to the earth. It's a slow, slow transition. You'll pull your body up, your torso lifts up, lean your weight over towards that right side and simply switch sides. So bring your left knee forward, stretch your right leg back, readjust your hips, maybe balancing up on a prop or setting something under your limbs if they're feeling tense, being compressed against the floor. And then you start to sink, that beautiful, beautiful process of melting that happens in our yin yoga. Sink, sink, sink your body weight down, wander from side to side, and uncover the sweet spot for you. So it's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's just right. There's tension in your outer hip, maybe a little tension in your groin. And linger here for some time. Breathing in and breathing out through your nose, focusing and balancing and grounding the whole way through. Take 3 more breaths here. Push your palms into the earth, lift your heart up, and now take both feet onto the floor, walk your hands back behind you, and just rock your knees from side to side. You might get some little cracks from your spine. Come back through center, and with your props nearby, could you rotate your whole body down onto all fours? We're moving into the dragon series. Now you could take, and I would really recommend taking a blanket or a bolster under your left leg and anchoring some props towards the front of your yoga mat. Step your right foot forward after you've placed your left knee on your prop and begin to lunge your hips forward. So there's a big angle on your back thigh. Meanwhile, your right knee is stacked above your right ankle and your palms are flat on the floor or flat on props. Readjust that back knee so it feels supportive. Inhale through your nose, lift your gaze up. And as you exhale, relax your pelvis. Try to relax your chest between your shoulder blades. Try to soften your toes, your lips, your nose, and even your eyelids. 10 breaths here. Take one more breath in through your nose, but this time exhale out through your mouth. And perhaps you come down onto your elbows as you pour the weight of your right leg towards the right, rolling onto the outer edge of your right foot. Now you could come onto your elbows on props as well, or keep your hands grounded. Relax your hips, relax your quads. Inhale, just pick up your chest and your gaze ever so slightly. Notice how it feels to extend the spine. Exhale, soften your chest down between your shoulders. 5 breaths here. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale completely. Push your palms into the floor, lift up your chest, walk slowly with your hands halfway down your yoga mat. Lift up your toes, inhale, reach your gaze forward. Exhale, fold over. Now your straightened right leg. Slide that right knee back behind you. If there's movements you need to make before turning onto the other side, take those movements now. Otherwise, your right knee comes onto your bolster as your left foot steps forward. Extend that right leg back. Take your hands to the inside of your left foot. Inhale, lift your chest and your gaze. Exhale, soften your pelvis. And while your mind might start to get really antsy here, reconnect to our intention of grounding. Feel the firmness of your right leg pushing down into the support beneath it. Imagine the 4 corners of your left foot rooting down into the earth like a tree or a plant. 10 breaths here. Soften into it. And now you might lower your arms down onto the floor, roll onto the outside edge of your left foot, pick up your chest for a moment before you soften further again. 5 deep breaths, low winged dragon. Cautiously rise back up, first onto your palms, and now drip your weight into your right knee as you walk your hands back, straighten your left leg, inhale. Exhale, fold over your left leg. Feel that hamstring stretch. Good. Slip your left knee beside your right knee. Take your prop out to the side and come back onto all fours. Spread your fingers wide. Inhale, drop your belly, loop your shoulders back, lift your heart and your chest, lift your gaze. Exhale, puff between your shoulder blades, round into your upper back, look towards your tummy. Inhale, dump your belly down, spread across your collarbones, lift your gaze. Exhale, round and round and round your spine goes. Good. Inhale back to neutral. Flex your feet, push your hips high, find downward facing dog. Let your head hang heavy, bend into your right knee, breathe in. As you exhale, press into your right heel, bend into your left knee, breathe in. As you exhale, press through both heels, press through all 10 fingers, push your chest back towards your thighs, exhale. Inhale, ripple your weight forward into a high plank. Exhale, slide it back, downward facing dog. 2 more times. Inhale, slip forward, high plank. Exhale, push back, downward dog. Last time, inhale, forward, high plank. Exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly, all the way down onto your belly. And right away from your belly, take your hands behind you, bring your big toes to touch. Inhale, lift everything up, you're in Shalabhasana. And then exhale, drop right back down onto your belly. Hands are still interlaced. Inhale, lift everything up, Shalabhasana. Exhale, lower it all back down. Last time, inhale, lift everything up, Shalabhasana. Hold there. So you're rising up, stretching and opening across your collarbones, across your spine. Exhale, lower down onto your floor. Rest on your belly, 5 deep breaths. From there, take your time, finish your 5 breaths, but eventually you'll slip your body back into a child's pose. In child's pose, inhale, pulse your weight back up onto all fours. Good. Exhale here, pause. Inhale, drop your belly, loop your shoulders back, lift your heart and your chest and your gaze. Exhale, puff in between your shoulder blades, tuck your tailbone under and push the floor away with your hands so your hips sink towards your heels. Now inhale, bend at the elbows, slide your chest forward like you're a snake slithering forward, drop right into that cow spine. Exhale, round into your upper back, push the floor away, dump your hips down to your heels. Spinal flossing, one more time. Inhale, slither your body forward, looping your shoulders back as you rise up. Exhale, round into your upper back, melt your hips down, let them drop right onto your heels. This time, inhale, come forward, Step your right foot between your hands. If you need to support your left knee, go right ahead. You can place a bolster or blanket under your left knee. There'll be some impact on it. Push through your right foot. Inhale, stretch both arms up high. Good. Exhale, release down. Reach your arms back behind you. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your chest, lift your arms, then your gaze. Exhale, stretch your arms back behind you. One more time, reach your arms all the way up. And this time, exhale, take your left hand to the inside of your right thigh. Walk your right foot forward, reach your right arm up. Inhale, stretch through your right fingers. Exhale, soften through your hips. Option A, stay here. Option B, bend your back knee, your left knee, reach your right hand back and maybe catch that foot in your hand. Pull your hand towards your foot towards your hand, lift your gaze up. 3 breaths in either variation. Lower that back foot down, lower your right hand down, slip and slide your way back onto all fours. Good. Inhale, drop your belly, loop your shoulders back, lift your gaze up. Exhale, round into your upper back. Just one of those this time. Come right back into a neutral spine. Slide your left foot forward. Maybe place a bolster under your right knee now. Scissor your inner thighs together so there's some stability here. Push through your foot. Inhale, reach your arms up. A little dancing lunge. Exhale, soar your arms back behind you. If there's too much compression in your left hip, heel toe that left foot out a little further. And keep moving your arms 2 more times. Again, like seaweed, like kelp, just waving under the water. The next time you come up, stay up, take a big breath in, take up more space. And as you exhale, place your right hand onto the floor. Inhale, rotate towards the left and stretch your left arm high. You can absolutely linger here for as long as you need to. But there's also the option of bending your back knee, stretching your left arm back, and making contact with that foot in a bind. If this happens for you, kick the foot away while you pull it towards you. Turn your left ribs up, turn your gaze up, and breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Let that right leg fall back to the floor. Your left hand follows. Drag your left foot back. Here we are on all fours again. This time, from all fours, work your way down onto your belly. Take your fingers on either side of your yoga mat, elbows facing up, and press down through all 10 fingers and all 10 toes. Inhale, pulse your torso, your spine up away from the floor, look up. Exhale, float right back down to the earth. Inhale to rise up. And exhale to fall down. Let's add rotation. Drop your left shoulder. Inhale, lift and gaze over your right shoulder. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift and gaze over your left shoulder now. Exhale, release. Last time, right up through center. Inhale, again, a little bigger than before. Full back bend meets you here. Exhale, release. Palms melt into the floor to push your body back. Child's pose. Simmer here, marinate here for 5 deep breaths. Maybe taking a moment to spin and turn your wrists around, easing any tension along your wrist joint. Inhale, lift your body back up onto all fours. Take your right leg and step your right leg out towards the right. Good. Press your hands into the floor and stand up. Now you could set your hands on your hips to start. And then I'll ask you to take your right hand down your right thigh, stretch your left arm up and over, reach your left arm towards your right toes, and push your left hip away. If you engage your legs, squeeze your glutes in towards one another and start to open under your armpit, this stretch should really, really open up your left lateral line of connective tissue. Take 3 breaths here. Good. Walk both hands back down to the floor. Set your right knee on the floor. Lift right up onto the other side. So now your left leg is extended out. This is called gate pose, by the way. Stretch your left arm down your left thigh. Reach your right arm up and over and take that big, enormous side body bend. Feel the shearing of tissues all the way up along your side ribs. 3 deep breaths here. Good. Inhale, come back through center, release. Pull both knees in and stand up on your knees. So if your knees are really tender today, we put lots of pressure on them, just stack some props underneath of them. Flex your feet and place your hands on your lower back. Inhale, loop your shoulders back, lift your heart and your chest to look up. And now as you exhale, choose option A, stay here. Option B, walk your hands back towards your heels, pulsing your pubic bone forward, layering your shoulders down in space and squeezing your bum cheeks in towards one another. Keep your gaze forward. Breathe into your chest for 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, casually walk your hands back up your spine, turn onto the tops of your feet, sink your hips down, and place your palms on your thighs. Close your eyes. Feel the impact of big back bending practices. Swivel your legs out in front. Bring your blocks with you and come to lie down on your back. Come to lie down on your back. Set your heels just beneath your knees, close towards your bum. Take a breath in. Feel your belly rise, but don't move your hips. Take a breath out. Feel your belly fall and your spine fall in towards the earth. Just notice that. And now as you inhale, ground through your feet, lift your pelvis up. And as you exhale, lower your pelvis down, push your lumbar spine towards the earth. Inhale, root through your feet, squeeze your bum cheeks in, engage your quads and lift your pelvis. Exhale, lower it all the way back down. One more time. Inhale, drive your hips high. Exhale, settle your hips low. And this time, I guess it's 2 more times. Lift your hips high and take some props underneath of them for 5 breaths. Maybe a block or 2 blocks on any height. 5 breaths here. Move around into your feet. Inhale, lift your pelvis up. Exhale, lower vertebrae by vertebrae, your spine back down. Shift your hips to the left. Drop your knees to the right. In fact, drop your whole body over to the right. Now reach your right arm out towards the right. Place your left hand on top of it. If your right ear can't catch the floor, put a block or blanket underneath of it. Lying here, inhale slowly. Start to trace a half circle shape with your left hand. All the way around all that shoulder compression. Maybe turning your gaze as your hand opens wide. Take a breath in, take a breath out. And gradually bring your left hand all the way back over to meet your right hand. Let's do that one more time, even slower. Trace a half circle shape here. And if you find a kink, if you find a sticky spot in the shoulder joint, in the tissue around the shoulder, can you just pause there and take a few breaths? Eventually, you'll fall into a full spinal twist, maybe even lifting your head up off the block, turning your gaze towards the left, soften your jaw. 5 breaths. Roll your hips back through neutral. Place the soles of your feet onto the floor. And now shift your hips all the way over towards the right corner of your yoga mat and take your arms wide, or rather reach your left arm towards the left and place your right hand on top. Again, we're just tracing that half moon shape, maybe propping our left ear. Inhale, graze the earth with your right hand as you shear and shed some of the tension in your shoulder. Linger in those sweet spots. Do this one more time. So carefully bring your right hand back to meet your left hand. Feel the sensation of your skin against your skin. And once again, reach your right arm all the way up and over. Find that angle, that space, that place that feels juicy. Linger there. 3 breaths. And release everything into your full spinal twist. Perhaps even turning your gaze to the right. 5 breaths here. Soften through your hips. Bring your knees back through center. Hold your knees into your heart. Maybe move them around. Maybe take happy baby pose. Do something that feels good. And then flatten your body down like a delicious pancake onto your yoga mat for final Shavasana, corpse pose. Hold here in total stillness for 3 minutes. I will let you know when your Shavasana is complete. There's a quote by Margaret Atwood that speaks to, in spring, by the end of the day, your hands should always be covered in dirt. And that's not a direct quote, but the idea is that this is the time of the year that we need to connect to Mother Earth. We need to get grounded. So your homework this week is to get your hands in the earth, maybe plant seeds, maybe stand beneath a cherry blossom tree when it's windy outside and let the blossoms pour over your body. Perhaps literally just stop and smell the flowers. With that connectedness, that groundedness top of mind, please take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth wide and exhale. Start to wiggle your fingers and then your toes. Move your head. Blink your eyes, open and close your jaw. Take a big yawn even. And finally, inhale, reach your arms, reach your legs, stretch your body. Exhale, relax it all back down. Curl into yourself and pour your weight over to the right, only for a moment before you drive yourself back up to a cross-legged seat. When you get there, your hands connected heart center. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Thank you always for practicing. Namaste.